Hi, this is KARL-JAMES Langford. It's my vlog. It's the 31st of July 2014 and it's a Thursday. It's been a really long day today. For those that watch these vlogs on a regular basis, they'll know that I do acting, but this is the day I still teach archaeology, on my Thursday. And seeing as I've got a friend, Helena, saying I need to embrace the archaeology more and talk about it, that's what I'm doing. And I've been teaching all the way from 8:45 this morning AM, all the way through when I get in the door another day, after getting some chips at 12:15. And I've been teaching about the Byzantines today. The Byzantines, Eastern Roman Empire, was basically what was left of Rome when Rome itself was lost to the pagans, the other Christians, and the mess that was caused with the collapse of the Rome in the West in 476. So you've got the Eastern Roman Empire, and the Eastern Roman Empire was the empire that was focused around Byzantium, otherwise known as Constantinople, today known as Istanbul. And the concept of having an Eastern Roman Empire and a Western Roman Empire came about by Emperor Diocletian in the year 305 actually, on the death of Diocletian a little bit later, but in 305 it was decided by Diocletian that the empire itself should be ruled in two areas by two separate emperors. So one emperor would rule at Rome, and that would be the Western Roman Empire, and the other emperor would rule Byzantium, to be named Constantinople in 337 after Constantine the Great. And that would be two Roman worlds. One Roman world was not going to save Rome from collapse, so it was decided that there was to be two Roman worlds. And I've been teaching this today, all today, about this idea of Byzantium. Byzantium was the Roman world in the east that had Christianity at its heart, pure Christianity, Greek Orthodox Christianity. It was a Rome that had its main language after about AD 600 being Greek. In the west, before that collapsed, as I said, in 476, after Rome itself had been the centre of the Roman world all the way from 753 BC. You see a theme coming out in all this. After teaching about the Byzantines with their kingdom, the empire falling to the Arab in 1453, I realised that there's the figure 2 coming out in all this. The start of Rome, Romulus and Remus, 753, the imperial republic, kingdom, legend, all that stuff goes to 753 BC, when Romulus and Remus are the two twins that were suckled by a wolf, that were the founders of Rome. And then you've got the idea of the empire being divided into two, as I said, in 305. Two emperors, two Christian churches, two popes, two languages, Greek and Roman. I know I'm making some sort of summary note about the number 2, but the number 2 is very important. In life, I always feel we've got two choices, two directions we go in. Either we go forward, we go back. It's the past and the future. You either decide to get married or you don't get married. And lots of you think there are more than two choices. It's more than black and white, it's more than yin and yang, but it's more than dark and light, okay? But I do believe in the heart of all of us there's the choice of two to be made, the bifocal thinking that we have as human beings. Two eyes, okay? Two nostrils, two arms, two legs. The number 2 is everywhere. Question was asked this evening on Facebook in a quick chat after getting back. Was asked if I had two choices. Would I continue just being the archaeologist, or I would just be the actor? And I basically answered no. I would choose neither. I would choose option 3. And they said, Therefore, that means you're saying there's more than two choices. And I said, no. There's still only two choices. There's the one choice to go with either of those first two options, or the third choice to do something else. I know that sounds deeply philosophical and maybe wrong or right, but Mencius, the Greek philosopher, wrote back 300 years before the birth of Christ. He wrote that you are either going to have success or you're going to have failure. But whether you have success and failure, you've got to accept one or the other. And those are the qualities of a very great person. And I will always remember that. So however my path takes me, I will remember and be very humble that there are two choices. Anyway, just like to mention that, just like to have a bit of comedy this evening. I don't know if this is appropriate, but I will. Pope on a rope. Now, I've thought, right, that there should be a new branding out there in the world. Maybe what you could do, you could have a Pope on the rope. And the way it would work is that you could have, you could always have the Pope with you in the shower. So if you've got a famous Pope like Pope Thomas or Pope Nikolai or Pope John, you could have the full range. And I'm thinking, right, of actually going forward with this idea of having a magazine of all the popes through history, and having a rope with an image of the Pope on it. So every week when you get this magazine with a Pope on the rope, you can read the magazine, and when you have a shower, you can shower using this Pope on the rope. And each week you can have another Pope to wash yourself with. And I think this might catch on, particularly with the Catholic community, and I could sell them